I had a great childhood growing up. Being the oldest, I had a responsibility. I was able to lead and guide my younger brothers. My mom was the rock of our family. I remember going to church a lot with my mother as a child. And she would always tell me, you can do anything you want to. You can be anybody you want to be in life, and through Christ, you have the power to do anything. And I just remember reciting that verse, even as a kid, 10, 11, 12 years old.
Jake was very focused as a young boy. He was so focused into athletic sports.
Sports was a big part of my life. Sports was pretty much my childhood. I played baseball a lot. Baseball was probably my favorite sport.
I, without a shadow of a doubt, knew that Jake was going to be in ministry of some sort. At that point, assumed he was going to go off to college, get a scholarship, and go somewhere into the athletic world of some sort.
I remember specifically a prophetic message I got. The one thing the prophet said was, watch, your friends that you're going to hang out with are going to set you back.
Jake is in 8th grade, I believe, at this time, and doing very well. Academically, sports, just excelling in every area. And I remember kind of giggling to myself like, well, he missed the mark on this one, because he's, this one here is like the perfect son.
When I went to high school, it started drinking alcohol, started partying, started smoking weed. And before I know it, other drugs were getting brought into the mix. Cocaine was introduced when I was a junior in high school.
Okay, well, is it teenage stuff? Is it hormonal things? Really not ever thinking of the drugs. And it wasn't till a few years later that it was exactly all that. Jake got real off course, started losing his excitement with sports.
What happened was it was cocaine led to pain medication. I started buying pain medication off the street. Quickly, that ended up leading to heroin. And what happens is your body gets addicted to these things. So physically, you need these to function.
I was lost, I was confused, I was in denial. I kept thinking he was going to come out of it. People would tell me things that he's doing, and it was like, there's no way. There's no way, that is not his character.
In those moments, it was just living a life of just complete chaos and lying to everybody that loved me. I got arrested on felony drug charges, so I was facing some years in prison. About a year and a half went by, they were going to let me out of jail to go to a program called Teen Challenge. That was when I was rock bottom, the day I was supposed to leave to go get all this stuff done so I could go to a program and finally get out of jail. And I wasn't able to leave because I wasn't able to pass a drug test. When that happened, I went straight back to my cell. I fell on my knees, and I remember just crying out to God.
Because you get to a place where there is no words, and you just kind of go to that place to your prayer language, and you just let it go. You pray with a fierceness that you wouldn't normally have. I had to step away and let God have his way with him.
Through it all, I just see the hand of God in my life through all of it. I have had a lot of friends who have died through drug addiction, especially in the last 3 years since the heroin epidemic has just been sweeping the nation. Between the prayer of my mother and the prayer of my grandma, many years is why that I'm here right now, and I know that to be true. The relationship with my mom now is great. My mom and I actually share the same passion now of giving back and helping other people coming in and out of addiction.
This is a wonderful season with my son right now, and of course his beautiful wife. And I know it's those prayers of that everybody coming together, not just the prayers of one person. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt, again, that is what kept me sane and why he's walking with the Lord today.
The mothers and the grandmothers and any family members praying for those loved ones going through this addiction is just very important, because we have to have the faith to believe that God's going to respond and God's going to get that person out of the darkness that they're in.